Pre-season is upon us. Is it time to go a little bit mental, or shall we be patient and trust the process? Welcome to Lee Judges TV, people. Good evening to you all. We're back. It's Lee Judges TV. I'm your host, Dan Potts, and I'm with the man who is back. I missed him last night, but he's back tonight. It's Lee Judges. Lee, how you doing, buddy?
Yeah, all good. You know, so yeah, it's great, isn't it? Great. The season's nearly upon us. Yep, great. I'm buzzing for it.
Well, I mean, listen, buzzing is the word that people are using for the process. Even to Chris Hudson, by the way. I hope you're well, Chris.
Chris,
I literally have seen. He is a top man. I do like Chris. We have seen. I know some. I don't know about you, Lee, but I've seen some ups and some downs on Twitter last night and today. I've seen people saying, "Get behind the team, get behind the manager, trust the process, be patient. It's only a friendly. It's just about fresh legs." What's your take on last night? I'd love to know, because me, Tom, and Harry did a show on here last night, and we all had an opinion of, friendlies are friendly, pre-season's a pre-season. But I must admit, looking back, I'm quite confused in what I saw, because before I come to you, I just wanted to mention one thing. If you're the manager of this team, why are you playing players that are not going to have a future at the club? For example, if you're going to play Sad Kolasinac, right, when you've already bought Tavares and Kieran Tierney's your number one left back, why aren't you just playing Lopez, who's apparently highly rated at left back? Why are you playing Kolasinac? What's Bellerin doing if he's actually not going to be a part of the future of this club? Why is El Neni, Willian, and the likes of some of the youngsters that we're not really sure about doing with, Nelson, Maitland-Niles, in the team? Am I being harsh there? What's your opinion on it, mate?
Yeah, I don't know. Listen, pre-season is about building up for the season that's coming ahead. So I agree with you. Why are you not playing players and all that? Let's get things straight. It's nothing about the game yesterday that has got me. Nothing to do about results and performances. It's nothing about that. It's the whole process of the pre-season, and what I see yesterday was the same things happening that have been happening for the last 2 years. Missing chances, not taking our chances, not particularly great to watch, and then making mistakes at the back. It tells me one thing, that the players are not good enough, right? Whether it's a pre-season game now, one game in or not, because I've seen it for 8 to 9 months last season. I see 8 or 9 months the season before. What I want to see is change. I want to see something that's going to excite me going into the new year, or the new season. Let's be honest. We come 8th last season. We are a month into the transfer window, and we are weaker than what we was last season. We have no backup goalkeeper. We had a very, very good one in Matt Ryan last season. Very, very good goalkeeper in him. So we've gone weak in the goalkeeping department. We haven't got a creative midfield player in the building, right? Because Odegaard has gone out. Okay? Gone out. So we're weak in that department. Okay? Right? Now, we can't get no signings because of the Euros and the Cup of America. Right? Well, Madison has not been at the Euros. We're both heavily linked with him. So why have we not gone in there and smashed and got that one done? Why have we not gone and got Awar? He wasn't at the Euros. Right?
Bissouma
wasn't at the Euros. So what are we waiting around for? What are we doing? What are we going for? That is what I'm going about. Like, what you want to do is, when you want this pre-season, if you'll come 8th in the league, what you want is the club to set a statement out. Right, we've signed these 2-3 big players here, and they're going to be the big part, and put them into these games and whatever. I'm watching friendlies at the minute, and you're quite right about it. The game yesterday, nothing about it. I'm looking forward to the Rangers game. Right, but we're just seeing the same old players again. Do you know the one thing that's going to be different on Saturday? Do you know the one thing that's going to be different? The kit. We've got a new kit coming out Friday and will be used on Saturday. But no players going into it. No team. No, we've not signed one player at this moment in time, 4 weeks into the transfer window, that is going to improve our 11. And that's why I think that, all right, we'll stay patient, we'll stay whatever. Do you know why we will? Because we haven't got a choice. But at the end of the day, people keep coming out. Oh, well, it's only one game. It's only pre-season. Saying exactly the same things that they were last season. You know what I mean? And listen, Sonny just put up there, he's not expecting too many signings. Well, don't expect nothing then. Don't expect anything more. You don't think that this team...
Scunny ain't. Trust me, Scunny ain't expecting anything at all.
No,
I want to bring this up as well, Lee, because this is a great point. Sancho was at the Euros and Man United have managed to sign him. That is a great point, isn't it?
Exactly. You know what I mean? I don't know. To be honest, I don't know how it all works now. Really, you talk to agents before you actually agree with players and with the clubs and all that. It wasn't like that back in the day. And no Arsenal fan is losing their marbles over a game against Hibernian. But what it tells me, right, is that after one game, Eddie is not the answer that's going to get you to top 4.
What a miss! Right? What a miss!
It don't matter about the miss, but he's not. But we know that. So a pre-season friendly, we know that. You know what I mean? You're going to a pre-season friendly. What is it going to do for that young kid's career and confidence? He shouldn't be put in that position, Dan, even in a friendly at playing at that level. You know what I mean? There's things like that. We've got Mari playing at central defence at the moment. All right, we're going to, if we sign Ben White. But you've got a player, right, in Bellerin that's turned around and said, don't want to play at the club no more, wants to go into Milan. Well, we'll give him a run out, give him another run out. Is there no young right back coming through then? Well, why are we playing a young goalkeeper?
Exactly my point.
The reason we're playing a young goalkeeper is because we've got no one else. So why don't we play a right back? You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. You know what I mean? From that point of view, that is the one thing. And I'll tell you what, if fans are happy with the way things are at the moment, don't come back here in September and try and tell me that to be patient again, and back the team that, because I'll tell you what, I've done it for the last couple of years. I'm fed up with fans getting on Twitter and turning around and saying, I supported the team back in the 80s and the 90s. And what does that mean? That you're a bigger and better fan of someone that's been supporting the Arsenal for 2 years? It doesn't matter, you know what I mean? Your balls are bigger than mine and all that crap. I'm not having it, Dan. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter if you supported the Arsenal 10 years ago or 1 hour ago. You're an Arsenal fan. You ain't got no right to say that you bigger and better because you supported the team back in the day when you went on terraces and things like that. I never go around bragging when I was a fan and when I'm not. Because you know what? It's not immaterial. It's not important to me, because at the end of the day, the person that stands next to me at the stand is just as important as I am, whether I've been 10 games or 15 games, or it's his first game. He's an Arsenal fan, or you don't go to games. Not everybody can get to games. Don't go around on Twitter saying I'm a big fan because I've been supporting the teams. Where were you in 1980 or 1981 or 1995? Well, some people were unlucky enough to be born in that era, or whatever. You know what I mean? You start supporting the club when you do. Yeah, it could be 10 years. You know what I mean? 10, 15 years. And don't tell me that kids are 10, 15 and not as important as blokes are 50 and 60, because they are. Probably more so, because in 10, 15 years' time, they're the ones that will be spending the money. Don't. Ridiculous. And don't turn around and say, it's toxic because you just want to see the team winning. Now, I put on a tweet today, and I'm going to read. Can I read it out?
Go for it, mate.
Read it out.
Toxic positivity, mate. Fans accepted mediocrity. I've been saying it for months and months and months, and people have been slating it. And I'm not overreacting over this result because I expected it. I saw the team sheet, Lee, and I thought, we ain't going to win this game with this team I'm putting out. So I'm with you 100%, mate. Go on,
this is what I put, right? This is what I put. Pre-season or not, last season was a disaster. No excuses this time. Things need to change and quick. Be patient. It's early. It's only pre-season. Heard it this time last year. Before, I don't want no excuses. I've got people coming on there going, toxic. Can someone tell me in that tweet what is toxic about that? I want to know, because I've looked up the word toxic. I don't see nothing about that toxic. It's just people are happy with mediocre. Right? I'm not happy to go through another season like this and end up 8th again. And then we all blame Arteta. You know what I mean? Like, and it ain't about, honestly, it's not about yesterday's result. I want to see us play. I don't want to see. All I see that looked good like yesterday was the kit. And I'll look at it again. It'd be a lovely kit against Rangers on Saturday, right? I want to see some first team players that are going to come in and change my mentality as an Arsenal fan. Because at this moment in time, I see Arsenal no better than what they were last year. I can't see them getting above 8th. You know what I mean? People can turn around and say, we'll end up 4th or 5th. Well, give me some reasons why you think we're going to end up 4th or 5th. From what you've seen last season, what is going to change that? You know, I think at the end of the day, we had 2 fantastic goalkeepers yesterday, like, you know, last season, in Matt Ryan and Leno. Now we haven't. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I've got to say this. I felt terrible for that goalkeeper. He's been chucked in there with players that don't want to be at the club. A shocking defence with Kolasinac in front of him, players like that. And he looked so nervous, and rightly so. Rightly so, right? He's just signed a new contract. I don't know him from Adam Nisokonkwo. I don't know if he's highly rated. I don't know nothing about him, right? But they've signed him up on a new contract, Lee, because they're worried about who they're going to get in as backup. I can't see who we're going to get in at the moment. And I look at the game and I think, yes, he was awful for the goal, right? It was absolutely dreadful. But what's Cedric doing there? What is Cedric doing there, giving him that back pass like that? I mean, what the hell is going on with that? It's like, here you go, mate, try and control that one. It's the same mistake every year, you know?
And the other thing is, right, people say, don't worry, it's a friendly and all that, like, you know what I mean? Right, it's only a friendly against Hibernian. If that is the attitude, why are they charging £7.99 for it?
Yeah, someone's just put in the chat. Who paid $7.99 for that? I mean, honestly, that
was free. If you're a member and all that, it's free. You know what I mean? But not everybody's a member, Dad. Not everybody is a season ticket holder. You know what I mean? People around the world or whatever would have paid some to watch that. But it doesn't really matter. So it doesn't really matter. Why are they charging you for it then?
Well, I'll tell you who didn't look like he really mattered was Mikel Arteta. Because if he's putting that team out, I mean, you can't tell me that he is wanting to get those players in shape and in fitness for this season. Surely he wants to just say, look, these are the players that have told me they don't want to be here. I don't think they've got a future at the club. He's put them all in the first team. Now, put your kids in if you want to. See it. Let's have a look. At the moment, we haven't really got anyone in. Let's have a look at who's shining next. We've seen the Smith-Rowes and Sakas from last season. Who's my next Smith-Rowe and Saka? Let's put them in against Hibs and see who shines. We didn't see that. We saw El Neni. We saw Willian. We saw Kolasinac. I was just baffled by it. I just thought, look at the state of this. And did I expect to beat Hibs with that team? No. Why did I? Why did I think that team was going to put... Listen, the front three was a lot better than the Hibs front three. But you've got to give it to the front three. I mean, I thought we were absolutely diabolical to watch. From what I saw of it, Lee, I couldn't watch it all. Went 2-0 down, and that was me done, really. And then I didn't see the penalty miss and the Smith-Rowe thing live. I watched that back later. The goal we scored, really enjoyed watching the goal. Thought it was great. But as a performance, it was just a shambolic, really, wasn't it? It was just let's run around.
Yeah, Dan, let's be honest. It's the first game of pre-season. They're a lot further up than us in their preparation because their season starts a couple of weeks earlier. I get that and I understand that. It's nothing about that. I want to see Arsenal with players that are going to take. Now I remember like going back back in the day, you used to have players starting the Premier, the pre-season games. They used to be signed before pre-season started, and then you get them gelled into the side and all that. I get that it's changed.
Chris has made a good point. On that point you've just said there, sorry to cut you across, but this is a great point just on what you're talking about. That. Is Arteta making a point to the owners?
Well, he could well be. But ultimately, Dan, right, this is a manager that turned around and said, that he is being backed this summer. He is being backed in the transfer window. Backed with what?
Well, so far we don't know, do we? We haven't seen anything to suggest that's the case, have we?
Now, I get that things take a little bit of time and all that, and I do get that. But ultimately, there are times when you need every player that you get is surely not at the Euros. And what a good statement it would have been if we'd have signed, I'm not being if we are in for Maddison and it's true, you know what I mean? And I know that there's got to be a lot of negotiations about it and all that, but come on. We could, be pushing it and whatever, Aouar, for instance, as well. I'm not saying that we're going to get him or whatever. I don't know. But get a couple of players in there and get the excitement back in the team. I remember when we was winning titles and Arsene Wenger coming out. It's not easy to improve this team. We might, we can't get the players we want and all that. I get that. But we come 8th last season. What we can't improve on this 8th position. You know what I mean? Come on. We bought, it's exactly right. We bought 2 backup players at this moment in time, which we have done. That's all we've done.
So true.
Not one sign played last season. We're 4 or 5 weeks into the season, and not one of our, has signed. New signings is going to be there. Where are the new signings?
Well, what I also saw last night.
What happens if the Ben White deal falls through?
I was just going to bring that up. I said I looked last night. Who was next to Pablo Mari? Harry Clarke. So Saliba can't get in this team, but Harry Clarke's playing next to Pablo Mari. I just don't understand it at the moment. At the moment, there's time. Yes, I get it. There's time. I don't trust the process, and I don't like this manager, and that's not going to change unless we do get a lot of progress quickly. This season needs to be an absolute stormer for me. And there's no more excuses with Arteta. I like what some of the stuff they're doing off the pitch. I think some of the signings they've made have been good. They've also made some god-awful ones. I mean, Runnison, that was poor. I look at the Ceballos signing, poor. Willian, poor. Cedric, poor. But they have got some ones right. They have. I like Gabriel. I like Partey. I like the way that they've long-term contracted Smith Rowe potentially today. They're saying he signed Saka and, of course, Martinelli. If it is true about Ben White and Lokonga and Tavares, I can see off the pitch what they're trying to do, Lee. They're trying to get a young crop of players that are going to grow up together and build and gel. A little bit like the class of 92, for example, right? When they come through together, they're trying to do that kind of model. I get it. But again, I need to see it executed on the pitch. And I'm not seeing enough at the moment in the first few weeks of this transfer window to suggest that we're serious. I just don't. This Ben White thing, right? This is the last thing I want to say about this. We were linked with Ben White probably 4 weeks ago, right? We want 50 million. It's quite clear. That 50 million has always been there. It's never gone away. Last 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, Arsenal looked to have agreed a fee. They want 50 million. Arsenal are offering 45 million plus add-ons, right? Oh, good. Looks like that's done. A week later, Arsenal looked to have agreed a fee. It's 45 million plus add-ons. A week later, Arsenal have agreed a fee. It's 45 million plus add-on. When's this going to get done? When is this actually going to get done? Oh, it's because of the Euros. Well, okay. So if what it would suggest to me, and I don't know what you think about this, Lee, is they want 50 million and we're only prepared to pay 45 million again. So why can't we just get these deals done? I just don't know why they take so damn long. The same with Thomas Partey. We were linked with him at the start of August. We ended up getting him at the end of August. Why does it always take this long, Lee, with our transfer business? It's so annoying, mate. I know you got to laugh.
Yeah,
it's just a joke.
Imagine in the documentary, what it'd be like. You know what I mean? Right, we're now going into the transfer offices for the week, and everybody's on holiday at this moment in time. They've decided to have a week away. So Edo's gone back to Brazil. So hopefully we'll come back next week and they might be here. But at this moment in time, they're on holiday. So we're now going to go into the scouting department. They're all up in Scotland watching. Have gone on a jolly up to Edinburgh and Glasgow watching the game. So won't be back for a week or so. You know, the medical team have decided because the players have gone to Scotland, they've gone on holiday as well. So it's all or nothing. It's all a holiday, isn't it? You know what I mean? Absolute joke. You know what
Honestly,
I mean?
I cannot.
You know, can we watch this? Can we watch this? You know what I mean? It's unbelievable.
Well, let's talk a little bit about that before we go into what we think we need to wrap up. This all or nothing Amazon thing. I mean, I will watch it and I will enjoy watching it for the insight it gives us. But where do you stand on this, Lee? Is this purely a money-making thing? Is it good for the club? Is it good for the fans? Who's it good for? And what's your opinion on it?
Well, look, we asked for it, so we've given it to you. You know what I mean? Like, there you go.
I can't believe that.
Is it all like? You know what I mean? I've asked for a competitive side for the last 10 years. It must have been going into the offices that everybody's on holiday or something like. You know what I mean? Like, it's funny how like, you know, you get offered like £20 million to do it, and all of a sudden it's done. Like, you know. So listen, it's all about money.
This episode 4 is going to be relegation.
It's as simple as that. Like, you know, it's all about money. It's. Don't tell me, right, that Arsenal are struggling for money, right? They've had the pandemic. All of a sudden, they've got a £20 million deal for a TV documentary. Not other businesses can't do that and all that. You know, there's always going to be money available at Arsenal. There's always going to be something that's going to make it. Let's be honest. They brought out 44 training tops last year. Like, do you know what I mean? So don't feel like, and they were sold out like hotcakes. Right? They put on a pair of trainers, right? Adidas trainers. Like, they were awful. I thought, like, you know what I mean? You couldn't get them for love or money. They're all gone. You know what I mean? So don't think that this club is still not making money, and it will make money and everything like that. You know what I mean? So look, listen, it's all a money making exercise, but ultimately, you know, other platforms get told of like we're a laughing stock. You know what I mean? The club has got to start doing some stuff, otherwise we are just going to be a laughing stock. And I agree with that. The Adidas shirts are quite nice as well, like, you know. But
they are quite nice. I like this as well. Arsenal must be short of money. They're charging us $7.99 to watch.
Yeah, there you go for a free season friendly. Listen, and they give that a lot of that to a free, but I guarantee that they've got some money out of that. I bet they've earned some money out of that.
Of course they have, mate. Of course they have. It's this business model. It made me laugh. Me and Russ Hogg were talking about this a couple of nights ago, and just talking about the way that we run now. And you know, he's a massive cronky out, isn't he? Like both of us. But he was saying we've gone from being a self-sustaining model to a self-declining model. And I thought it was spot on, because that is what we're doing. We are absolutely shooting ourselves in the feet. And before we kind of start to wrap up, Lee, I wanted to get your opinion on the way that we do business, because this regime is reminding me of a very similar regime beforehand. Now, the only difference is they're trying to clear out some of the craps, clear out some of the, change some of the culture, right? But they seem to be making the same mistakes, because for the previous regime to go and sign David Luiz, right, and Denis Suarez and Lichtsteiner and some of these players that were washed up, we've done that again with Willian, right? We will be linked again with someone on a free transfer this summer that's 32, coming to the end of their contract. It was almost Ryan Bertrand. That will happen again, because it always does every year. We've managed to sell one of our players in Kieran Gibbs, 5 years ago, for £10 million less than they offered us, because we didn't accept it the first time round. So when they offered 11 or 12 million, we went and said you can have him next season for 6.5, right? We've done the same thing potentially with Maitland-Niles this summer, because last summer at Wolves we could have got 15 to 20 million. Now we're hanging on to him, which at the time I was happy with because I wanted us to reject it because I actually thought he had a place in the squad. He's been mismanaged this season, in my opinion, playing at right back, getting man of the match, being dropped, being bombed out on the left wing, on the left back or left wing back, playing terribly, which was fair enough because he had 5 weeks off for no reason. And then when he had a bad game, he was shipped off on loan to West Brom and he's been relegated. So now he's probably going to be sold for about 9 million or 10 million or something this summer. No one's going to pay 15, 20 that we could have got before. Guendouzi, when we signed him for 6 million, I thought, I tell you what, even if we make 10 million out of him, that's a hell of a signing. I thought we'd at least get 25 million for him. We've sold him for 8. What is happening with our business model here, Lee?
No, unbelievable. Like, you know what I mean? And it's true what someone said about Willian. He put on weight as well. Like, you know,
whoa, wasn't he just?
He can't be bothered. Like, you know what I mean? Someone keeps putting in the chat. I think it's Nathan about thoughts on Man United. Listen, they'll have a good season next year, but they won't win. They won't win the league or any of the big things because Man City and Chelsea will clean up.
Well, they're looking that way, mate. And let's go on to that because at the moment, we know that Arsenal have got a lot to do. But what are your thoughts going into this Premier League season in general, looking at the top 4 in particular? Because I honestly think if the rumours are true about Kane, Haaland, Grealish, Man City and Chelsea, it's got to be, isn't it? I don't think anyone else will.
Yeah, it'd be a big battle out of them too. You know, it's bound to be like, you know, if Man United sign, Man City sign Kane and Grealish, then it's all over, like, you know, as simple as that. They're gonna walk it, like, you know, and quite rightly so. I think Chelsea will be there and thereabouts. Liverpool are going to have to be in that, and Manchester United. There's your top 4. Simple as that, you know what I mean? How are you going to break into that?
How do we get into that?
Well, you ain't going to break into that, are you? You're not going to break into that top 4 unless you seriously spend some money. Do you know what I mean? Like that's not that. You've got Leicester that have again bought well at this moment in time. You know, it's difficult. I don't think West Ham would be up there as much this season, purely on the basis of they've got Europa League football that will take a toll on its squad. You know, and Tottenham and Arsenal are sadly like lagging behind now, like, you know, and when I look at it, you know, I can't see us getting into the top 4 at this moment. So listen, if we went and bought Maddison, we went and bought Aouar, and we got Ben White, and we got a right back in, there's no guarantees that we're still getting to the top 4. But I tell you what, it will do. It'll give us a bloody good chance. And like, but
one game a week as well. Yeah, it will.
You know, it might even get us a chance of winning the cup or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Until Arteta decides that, you know, we're rescue players for that. Because we've got a big relegation battle coming up. But you know, I mean, I don't really know. Like at this moment in time, Dan, if it carries on as it is, you can, you know, we won't be, we'll be dropping down because, you know, Everton are going to improve because, you know, with the manager and he's going to ask for funds and they get it. I think Villa will depending on what happens with Grealish, will be pushing for us. So I don't think we should be looking. I think we've got to be looking rather down what's in and around that below us at this moment in time than what's above us, because we're not pulling anything in there, like, you know what I mean. So and you know, it's right if Smith Rowe is going to get the 10. You know, that doesn't necessarily mean that we won't get Maddison and all that. Like, but realistically, the 10 and 8 are important numbers. And if you're giving that to Smith Rowe, that means one of them players is not coming.
Well, I heard Smith Rowe's getting the number 8, and then today I heard he's getting the number 10. So we'll see what happens, won't we? But they're definitely 2 numbers that Houssam Aouar as the number 8 and James Maddison as the number 10 would want. So we shall have to see. I don't think it matters anymore, numbers. I think it used to years ago.
No, it's not such a big thing, like, you know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, it's not a great big thing. But, you know, I think that, you know, we need to address that. We need some big marquee signings, and with that comes those numbers. You know, it's as simple as that.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely spot on. Let's go into the lastly. How many games has Mikel Arteta got, is my first question. And how many points out of those games does he need to take, Lee? Because I've given him the first 6 games, personally. I don't care that we got Chelsea, Man City and Spurs in that. We need to beat Brentford. We need to beat Burnley. We need to beat Norwich. And I think we need to take another point out of those 3 games. Otherwise, I think he's gone or should be gone. What about yourself, mate?
I'll said it now and I'll state it now. If it is with the way it is now, we don't sign any top players, and in this, he'd be gone by Christmas. It's simple as that, like, you know what I mean? Like, it'd be 10 games, 10 to 12 games, and then like by that time, who cares? Because we'd be mid-table again, and looking forward to the summer transfer window again, and being patient, and don't worry about it. There's always next year and the year after that.
Yep, be patient, mate. Get behind the team. Trust the process. So we get told, mate.
This is why I'm not going to go mad about anything at this moment in time. I'm just going to sit there now and just watch this pre-season with the games and also what goes on and around it. And then on the 31st of August, I'll tell you exactly what I think of Mikel Arteta, exactly what I think of this club and everything like that. Hopefully, I'll be swinging from the chandelier and it'll all be positive, like, you know what I mean? Somehow I doubt that I will be, but I'm still optimistic, and I'm still hoping that there's going to be some madness, and we're going to get players that I can go into the season and think, do you know what? I'm looking forward to spending my money at my football club. At this moment in time, I'm not looking forward to. I'm not. You know what I mean? I'm not. Are you excited about going back? Like, I haven't been to the Emirates for a year or over a year, and I'm not excited about going back. I might go for the Chelsea game, like that friendly game, just because I want to go back to the Emirates and all that. But as far as league games concerned, I'm not really looking forward to Brentford. I'm certainly not looking forward to Chelsea and Man City. What the hell am I looking forward to getting beaten in those 2 games for? Like, you know what I mean? Like, because that's what's going to happen. Mate. So,
I have to agree.
And I'm certainly not looking forward to playing Spurs. But this moment in time, I am going to stay patient, and I'm not going to lose, my rush over it, like, because. It's. Do you know what? It's not worth it.
Well, I mean, listen, Mikel Arteta's told Willian and other players we're winning the Champions League in 3 years. Well, that's 1 year down. That means in 2 years we're going to win the Champions League, mate. So be patient. Trust the process, Lee. Trust the process. We will be.
Maria, I do have the chandelier. It's not a very big one, so I'd fall down on my arse. So hopefully I won't be
swinging from that.
No swinging off of it, like, you know what I mean? So,
mate, it's been a nice, quick one. A pleasure as always, Lee. Thanks for everyone in the chat for joining us. Over 130 of you at one stage. Really good. You keep coming back. We will keep doing the content. Lee, just before we go, what's your kind of feeling about the weekend's game with Rangers, isn't it?
I was really looking forward to this game because, I love those sort of games, Celtic, Rangers, Hibs and all that. Like, they'd be great to go up there, wouldn't it? If, you was allowed to go to Scotland there 4 days, bit of Edinburgh, bit of Glasgow and home, like, it would have been fantastic, but ultimately, it's not happened. Listen, Rangers will beat us because ultimately they're a couple of weeks in front of us, and I think it'd be a good game, and but this doesn't matter about the result, does it? As I say, it's what goes in and around the club at the moment, like, and I wouldn't. But do you know what? If we'd signed Maddison and we'd signed Basuma, and we lose and they're not even playing, but we'd signed them. Just say we've. Do you think I would care that we'd lost to Hibs yesterday night? You wouldn't give a damn about it.
Good point.
The only reason you give a damn about it is because of what's going on. But if we'd signed those players, you wouldn't give a monkeys about what's going on in these next couple of games.
No, absolutely,
that's
mate.
My point.
And it's a great point, and it's a fair one, mate. And I share your opinion. I really do. I'm not losing my head because we lost 2-1 to Hibs. I just don't quite understand where we're going with this team and what they're trying to do. But we've still got time, mate. We've still got time. I'm going to be away for the next few days, Lee, because I'm going to the British Grand Prix at Silverstone.
And you're doing a little bit of camera work and all, and we're going to be seeing. You've got to try and make me fall in love with Formula One, so it's no pressure.
I will do my best, mate. I will do my best. Do you know what? The formats are changing as well this weekend. So me and my dad who are going are looking forward to it, because normally on the Friday is just practice laps, Saturday is the qualifying, Sunday's the race. There's now a sprint race on the Saturday as well for the first time this season. So you'll see a lot more racing. I will get it all clipped and I'll get Sam, our social media guru, to put it up there on the Monday or Tuesday. A little bit like you did at Wimbledon, mate. So I'll get a couple of people who have a chat with me on camera, see how it goes for the weekend, and come on, Lewis Hamilton, mate. That's what I'm going to be going for. Let's see what happens. Absolute pleasure, Lee. Thanks to everyone in the chat. I don't know if you've got stuff planned over the weekend, mate, but I'm sure they'll see your beautiful face over the weekend on this channel at some point. So
we'll have to try and do something. I'll try and do something like I'll try and get something. I'll try and get something up. I've got a busy weekend this weekend working, and then I've got a party to go to Saturday. I mean, what I'm doing Sunday. I'm going up to Cambridge, going punting. Hey? Like, you know what I mean? So there you go.
Mate,
like,
you enjoy yourself. Thanks to everyone in the chat. Please join us next time. Until then, up the Arsenal.